that does not
He disseminates useful information sometimes.
Yeah, there's a ton of people who are even more prolific than him and better at him at compiling this information, presenting it to you, whatever. So him repeating somebody else's work about something that is true does not make him, correct on everything. It does not absolve his incorrect bullshit. Problem is, we all say stupid shit.
But I've never said I was sending all my money to the IRS.
Yeah, we have to own up to it occasionally when we're called honest, or you gotta apologize and say, you know what, I was fucking wrong on that. Well, he never does that. He never does that.
Yeah, that is smart.
So, how can I trust anything he says then?
Yeah. Well, the thing for me is, like, I can tell, like, everyone will pounce on him if he, like, about faces even slightly. But, like, some of the stuff he says about, like, the U.S. and, like, the Sputnik, like, downloading information from that, and that's why Israel blew it up, and, like, all this is, like, some fantasy, right? Yeah, exactly. Like, it's... I'm, like, genuinely concerned at times when it's, like, is he drunk, or does he truly believe this? And then how much do... and that's totally fine. Yeah, exactly.
It's really good wine. I'm impressed with his wine choices.
But then these people, like, eat it all up, and they're like, the Jews, you know?
Well, it takes a certain mindset. Weak people who don't have critical thinking skills, and they just believe what they're told, and they can't discern anything.
And the weird thing is, like, Dr. Jack, and he, like, he won't say the Jews, and, like, Jeff caught this, too. But, like...
I'll say Israel.
He was like, Bitcoin's down. Yeah.
All kinds of retarded shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think it's a fucking Israeli now.
Yeah, it would be like, Bitcoin is down because of the Israelis. I'm just like, Dr. Jack. Like, how? Like, what? Like, come on, man. Well, you've seen the shit they're doing, and I'm just... I don't know, bro. Like, I see a war, but, like, are you trying to say that Gaza is why Bitcoin's down? Because I recall that war was going on for a while. And Bitcoin went up during that. So.
But listen, somebody said that, he's like afraid to admit something or whatever, like people would.
Yeah, that was me. He's not. Exactly.
See, I think the opposite of that. Like if you have somebody who can admit where they were wrong, even infrequently or whatever, like that elevates their character.
Agreed. It shows they have humility, right?
Yeah, I don't think people would turn away. In fact, it'd have the opposite effect. Like if he was really, if he would own up on bullshit, okay, well, at least you understand where you made a mistake. Don't do it again, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's when I started there. Like, it's total cult. It has all the workings and things. Call them Jekylites.
Yeah, that's what somebody called them. I didn't make them up. Yeah, Jackalites.
Come on, people. Pull out your napkin and a pencil and do some fucking basic math on anything. You'll see that it's stupid, ridiculous, and you have weak brains. Engage some critical thinking.
Yeah.
Anywho.
I mean... It'd be nice if he just said that. And like you said, I'd respect him more for it. I think a lot of people would. It's like, you get new information. It's okay to change your mind. Nothing's wrong. But it's like doubling and tripling down on it. That's not even the frustrating part. The frustrating part is like the Jackalites, like you said, who are also very nice people who just are now bought into this.
No, a thought just hit my mind. If this was true, that the Jews are so good and control so absolutely everything, isn't it logically and like proper to conclude that you better run over there and join them?
I guess. Can't beat him, join him. Yeah, he sent his money to the IRS. He should just send his computer to the IDF.
Yeah, just go join them and take over.
You should just send all your electronics to the IDF.
Yeah. I mean, obviously that's a ridiculous proposition, but it shows you how dumb and ridiculous the claim is. It's what the hell is it? It's like some kind of a mass
hallucination.
Mass hallucination, or there's another term for it.
Mass hallucination, something with.
Mass reality distortion field.
Of like the crowd, there's a word for the crowd, and or massive cohort or population. I forgot the term. Just
Parallel world.
Yeah.
Mass hallucination psychosis. That's one.
Yeah. That's pretty much what it is.
Oh, we got John Kitover in the chat. Is that John Kitover or someone else?
Is it? Says Trump.
Hold on, let's do how many Jews or Israelis or whatever? Like, what's the number? What's
You
the
know
number
what to
that
do,
runs?
Geoff.
There are like 12 million Jews in the world.
Okay, but out of the 12 million, how many actually run shit? If you were generous, let's just play along for.
No two marriages are the same. Y'all go off of both of you guys' individual needs. We are not the same or require the same things from everybody. That's why it's very special if you're able to find somebody that you can be equally with, because it's not no one size fits all. And so, yeah, like to Lady O's point, this is some internet stuff. And to keep on propagating these narratives points to what you're looking for and what you're receiving. And it's a projection, but it's not conducive. Nobody's marriage is the same. Nobody's relationship is the same. You want to know why? Because the two players and the two people that have to interact on a daily basis are not the same as anybody else. So, like, just let's cut the cap.
So y'all don't want y'all husbands to be better than y'all.
We're not saying that. I'm not saying that, bro. You know I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that these chicks will say one thing on the internet and do a completely different thing in real life, and I see it with my own eyes every fucking day on a day-to-day basis. Like,
Man, lady,
I get it.
I know these hoes kicking in, but they not kicking in more than the niggas they with.
yeah, okay.
I know they kicking in. I know they might pay a little internet bill but they not doing more than the niggas they with, unless that nigga living with them. Then we talking about bum poor people. I don't want to talk about them. I don't want to talk about the project people. In most marriages, two regular people cohabitating with each other, yeah, she paying some bills, but he probably, most likely, he doing more than her.
I think that's dangerous.
And that's the expectation. Like, most
what
of the time,
happens
even in these relationships, the man wants to do more than her because he wants to take the stress off of her. So, you know what I'm saying?
You really don't know what somebody is doing because you do not live in their household. This is all speculation. And this is something that I can say.
1 second.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. I've been in a relationships where at one point he was doing more, and I'm speaking about my fiance, and then he took sick and with cancer, and he couldn't do nothing. So I don't know. I don't know. I kind of like. I'm living real life.
Lady O, I live in real life. And this been a time where I had a situation where a chick was doing more than me, but the minute I was able to do more, I started doing more. I understand that person got sick, and for me, I was in a position to where I couldn't do, but the minute I was able to do, I started doing.
So what happens when he can't? What happens if he can't do more because he took sick? Does that woman now?
Lady O,
and this is why I tell my son, do not lead with your money, because when you lead with your money, the expectation is for you to always show up said way, regardless or if you are able to or not. that is not a great idea for men to lead with their money because she's always going to be looking for you to do that. You could be half dead, and in her mind, she's gonna be like, "Well, what's the difference now? You've been doing it any other time."
I mean, men
but
been leading
the whole
with their
thing-
resources since the
the whole
beginning of time. Like, Lady O,
I
that
gotta
ain't
walk
gonna
away
never
from
change.
my phone.
We have always led with our resources.
Okay, no.
Because that's what y'all look
not.
for us for.
They
And
really,
that has been
Lord.
since like the caveman days.
That is
want
not
the man who
true.
can bring home the most deer. Women want the men who can bring home the
That is
buffalo.
not true.
It has always been like
Okay,
that.
so this is the thing that operates in like reality. Some people lead with tangibles. Some people lead with intangibles. Some people lead with both. I find that it is better to have both. You might not hit 100% on the intangible. You might not hit 100% on the tangible, but at least you got a mixed bag so that you're able to tackle life a little bit better. One thing that people have taken up is that somebody should lead with one or the, when we know that it is better to be well-rounded and not like in most of society, that you're able to adapt and do more. These talking points, they are not based in reality. And it's unfortunate that people take up these things and want to make that their life when they are not even able to keep it up for themselves, let alone try to hold somebody else to that standard. It makes no sense. On this app, a lot of people don't like me. A lot of the shit that y'all fucking complain about and cry about, or I call it crying, I already did that. This is not no big feat. But the simple fact that you, and not you personally or anybody in this room, you don't have the ability to work well with others. Or, hey, you have a wrench, I got a screwdriver, let's make this work. You got this, I got that, let's make this work. The problem solving, low in that department. The fact that you're not able to live in reality and actually understand the way that humans interact with one another and be nice to one another. Yeah, that's why a lot of people are stuck in this rut that they can't figure out. It is not complex to work well with others. You've literally been doing it your whole life, whether you wanted to or you did not want to. Now, when you like somebody and you're trying to build a life, all of a sudden you cannot do it. That makes no sense. So some of these things are just illogical because of the way that you're going about things, maybe in dominance or control instead of working well with one another. It ain't no issue if somebody else having a big piece of chicken. You wasn't gonna eat all that chicken no way. Like, it ain't that deep. A lot of stuff you don't even have to be so self-critical or hypercritical to another person over. But that's what people complain about on social media. But not in real life. In real life, a lot of people are happy and they just mind their business, whether they're married or not.
The Bitcoin room kicked me, bro. Bro,
Gang,
bro, why did you kick?
do you gang bang?
Bro.
I be outside with my
Oh,
gang.
I see the reason Mike you is she done? Because I turned my phone down. I don't be listening.
Oh shit! Don't be riding that West Coast wave, lady yo.
Yeah.
That's saying you saying,
Like,
hey,
listening to her.
gay.
Cool. Yeah, you probably should have caught that gem.
I'm wondering.
And so you can stop complaining online as well.
Okay, hold on 1 second. I thought I had been listening for a while. I'm really trying to. Hi, Lady Yo, hi, sweetheart. And I'm blaming you, Lady Yo.
Me?
though, Mando.
You got her blocked. You got her blocked.
Yes.
Let that black man speak.
Are you friends with somebody who drop rainbows on you and call you bitch ass niggas and shit? I just need to understand from my brain.
She just didn't like me. That's what I. Like I'm confused. I just would like that I stop being disrespected in this space.
With friends like that, who needs an enemy? Nigga?
I know.
Okay, this is down. Okay, let's go to Peckish Pig. I'll be right back because I'm going to go downstairs and put my live stream back on the Bitcoin room. Those guys will be here all day.
And everything will fall into place. 24. He who stands on tiptoe doesn't stand firm. He who rushes ahead doesn't go far. He who tries to shine dims his own light. He who defines himself can't know who he really is. He who has power over others can't empower himself. He who clings to his work will create nothing that endures. If you want to accord with the Tao, just do your job, then let go. 25. There was something formless and perfect before the universe was born. It is serene, empty, solitary, unchanging, infinite, eternally present. It is the mother of the universe. For lack of a better name, I call it the Tao. It flows through all things, inside and outside, and returns to the origin of all things. The Tao is great. The universe is great. Earth is great. Man is great. These are the four great powers. Man follows the earth. Earth follows the universe. The universe follows the Tao. The Tao follows only itself. 26. The heavy is the root of the light. The unmoved is the source of all movement. Thus the master travels all day without leaving home. However splendid the views, she stays serenely in herself. Why should the lord of the country flit about like a fool? If you let yourself be blown to and fro, you lose touch with your root. If you let restlessness move you, you lose touch with who you are. "27. A good traveler has no fixed plans and is not intent upon arriving. A good artist lets his intuition lead him wherever it wants. A good scientist has freed himself of concepts and keeps his mind open to what is. Thus the master is available to all people and doesn't reject anyone. He is ready to use all situations and doesn't waste anything. This is called embodying the light. What is a good man but a bad man's teacher? What is a bad man but a good man's job? If you don't understand this, you will get lost, however intelligent you are. It is the great secret. 28. Know the male, yet keep to the female. Receive the world in your arms. If you receive the world, the Tao will never leave you, and you will be like a little child. Know the white, yet keep to the black. Be a pattern for the world. If you are a pattern for the world, the Tao will be strong inside you, and there will be nothing you can't do. Know the personal, yet keep to the impersonal. Accept the world as it is. If you accept the world, the Tao will be luminous inside you, and you will return to your primal self. The world is formed from the void, like utensils from a block of wood. The master knows the utensils, yet keeps to the block. Thus she can use all things. 29. Do you want to improve the world? I don't think it can be done. The world is sacred. It can't be improved. If you tamper with it, you'll ruin it. If you treat it like an object, you'll lose it. There's a time for being ahead, a time for being behind, a time for being in motion, a time for being at rest, a time for being vigorous, a time for being exhausted, a time for being safe, a time for being in danger. The master sees things as they are, without trying to control them. She lets them go their own way and resides at the center of the circle. 30. Whoever relies on the Tao in governing men doesn't try to force issues or defeat enemies by force of arms. For every force, there is a counterforce. Violence, even well-intentioned, always rebounds upon oneself. The master does his job and then stops. He understands that the universe is forever out of control, and that trying to dominate events goes against the current of the Tao. Because he believes in himself, he doesn't try to convince others. Because he is content with himself, he doesn't need others' approval. Because he accepts himself, the whole world accepts him. 31. Weapons are the tools of violence. All decent men detest them. Weapons are the tools of fear. A decent man will avoid them, except in the direst necessity, and if compelled, will use them only with the utmost restraint. Peace is his highest value. If the peace has been shattered, how can he be content? His enemies are not demons, but human beings like himself. He doesn't wish them personal harm, nor does he rejoice in victory. How could he rejoice in victory and delight in the slaughter of men? He enters a battle gravely, with sorrow, and with great compassion, as if he were attending a funeral. 32. The Tao can't be perceived. Smaller than an electron, it contains uncountable galaxies. If powerful men and women could remain centered in the Tao, all things would be in harmony. The world would become a paradise. All people would be at peace, and the law would be written in their hearts. When you have names and forms, know that they are provisional. When you have institutions, know where their functions should end. Knowing when to stop, you can avoid any danger. All things end in the Tao, as rivers flow into the sea. 33. Knowing others is intelligence. Knowing yourself is true wisdom. Mastering others is strength. Mastering yourself is true power. If you realize that you have enough, you are truly rich. If you stay in the center and embrace death with your whole heart, you will endure forever. "34. The great Tao flows everywhere. All things are born from it. Doesn't create them. It pours itself into its work, yet it makes no claim. It nourishes infinite worlds, yet it doesn't hold on to them. Since it is merged with all things and hidden in their hearts, it can be called humble. Since all things vanish into it, and it alone endures, it can be called great. It isn't aware of its greatness. Thus, it is truly great. 35. She who is centered in the Tao can go where she wishes without danger. She perceives the universal harmony, even amid great pain, because she has found peace in her heart. Music or the smell of good cooking may make people stop and enjoy, but words that point to the Tao seem monotonous and without flavor. When you look for it, there is nothing to see. When you listen for it, there is nothing to hear. When you use it, it is inexhaustible. 36. If you want to shrink something, you must first allow it to expand. If you want to get rid of something, you must first allow it to flourish. If you want to take something, you must first allow it to be given. This is called the subtle perception of the way things are. The soft overcomes the hard. The slow overcomes the fast. Let your workings remain a mystery. This is called the subtle perception of the way things are. The soft overcomes the hard. The slow overcomes the fast. Let your workings remain a mystery. Just show people the results. "37. The Tao never does anything, yet through it all things are done. If powerful men and women could center themselves in it, the whole world would be transformed by itself in its natural rhythms. People would be content with their simple, everyday lives, in harmony and free of desire. When there is no desire, all things are at peace." 38. The master doesn't try to be powerful. Thus, he is truly powerful. The ordinary man keeps reaching for power. Thus, he never has enough. The master does nothing, yet he leaves nothing undone. The ordinary man is always doing things, yet many more are left to be done. The kind man does something, yet something remains undone. The just man does something and leaves many things to be done. The moral man does something, and when no one responds, he rolls up his sleeves and uses force. When the Tao is lost, there is goodness. When goodness is lost, there is morality. When morality is lost, there is ritual. Ritual is the husk of true faith, the beginning of chaos. Therefore, the master concerns himself with the depths and not the surface, with the fruit and not the flower. He has no will of his own. He dwells in reality and lets all illusions go. 39.
He be doing some decent shit. I mean, how he moves. See, we need a black billionaire to move like that. We don't really got no black billionaire that be standing on a business when it comes to our politics and shit. Like, he put his money where his mouth is. Like, he's like the Elon Musk of the Democratic Party. Like, he's putting money up and shit politically and shit to make change. Our black billionaires don't be doing that shit, man.
But what change is he making?
I mean, whether it's negative change or positive change.
So the crest of neutron.
Well, he was responsible. Well, we mentioned his opposition to apartheid, which made a difference.
There are a bunch of liberal causes, and then he was big on prosecutors. He wanted to get much more liberal prosecutors. He did this kind of quietly in cities across the nation, prosecutors who would not be as strict in their prosecution of the law.
Yeah, and then, I mean, I don't agree with everything he does. He's super far left liberal. Why is he anti-Israel though? I don't understand that part. If your family got killed in the Holocaust, and then you had to do what you had to do as a kid to not be persecuted.
You know how you have that word for black folks who don't support black causes? That's what he is to us.
But he's a billionaire, though. See, this is correct. It's one thing for people to just have an opinion about black people that, you know, but he's somebody that has political power. Like, he's somebody he can make change. He can change people's perspectives and shit overnight. Have you met him before?
I have not, but my girlfriend worked with his wife, who's much younger than him, on certain art projects. He's a big philanthropist, and one of the things they do is they support art. My former girlfriend gave a fortune, I'm talking millions, to...
George Soros was, he funded Black Lives Matter. I mean, he funded a lot of shit.
To the Studio Museum in Harlem.
You got a girlfriend? Was she black or she Jewish?
She was.
Y'all be dirty macking and date our women too. I be peeping that. I be peeping a lot of Jewish dudes that be.
Jewish woman.
A lot of Jewish dudes be liking black women. Y'all be dirty macking.
Like many of us, she was mixed Sephardic and Ashkenazi. So funny, she grew up with Ladino, which is Old Spanish that the Sephardic Jews spoke. So the Sephardic Jews, many of them moved to Greece, which is why I thought that King was a Sephardic Jew, but I looked up the kind of Romaniote Jew that he mentioned from Greece, which is different. And the
can you spot like a cos? Because you know how like people would be cosplaying at certain groups. Like, can you spot somebody that's cosplaying as a Jew, and then like faking it, and then what questions would you ask them to confirm if they're a fraud or not?
I mean, I don't really try to do that, but yeah,
Marsha is.
Yeah, that's a good question. But even a lot of secular Jews wouldn't even know that.
Parsha is.
I'm telling you, most secular Jews wouldn't be able to answer that.
I disagree. They had bar mitzvah. You'll say Barach and see what they say back.
I'm telling you, the Jewish education is so low these days, they would not know. The only reason I know my parsha is Kitover is because I studied later on. If without the fact that I delved into Orthodox Judaism later in life, like I didn't know that as a child that was my parsha. I wouldn't have known. I guarantee if you ask kids today, like coming out of Hebrew school, what's your parsha? They don't know.
Or they know, because they have to study it for their bar mitzvah.
You have to study it. That doesn't mean they know the name of the portion. I'm telling you, I didn't know the name of the portion. I know it now.
Parents are responsible to give their kids a good Jewish education.
Yeah, but
even
the reform,
poor parents. Even poor parents.
I went to a very nice school. The point is, the reform and the conservative, both of them, they're not focused on real education. They're focused on memorizing the Haftorah so that you can get through your bar mitzvah.
Okay. Mike, what up? Why you keep changing your name every day? John, what's up, brother? You want to speak?
Yeah, I just want to say that the government is going to reopen soon because Trump is so magnanimous that he is willing to continue to borrow and spend so we can, save all these huge federal employees, their salaries, their pensions, and just keep the flow going. But, I hope everybody here has a great Sunday.
Bribery, man. I think they use a government shutdown so people can come out in mass. This is why Democrats won across the nation this last election with Mondami and shit, man. I think if the Republicans would have won or in these certain states and shit, I think the government shutdown would have lasted longer. This was like a political bribe, man. I'm saying Democrat was. Oh, what? I'm sorry. What you say?
No, I was saying, I not only do I think it was, but I hate how it was so easy to grab the people and just sway them every which way and fearmonger them into, oh my gosh, what are we all gonna do? This happens This happens every time. The government gets shut down. Everybody goes in a frenzy. People start worrying about what they're gonna do. Everyone else starts pointing a finger, and it's a plot. It's a scheme. It's a fucking scheme. And I hate to say it, like, I would never forgive the way Black people have acted in the last 2 years. 3 years. I would never forgive a lot of y'all for the shit that y'all have said, the things y'all begin to believe.
Wait, can you elaborate on that?
I'm just gonna give this most recent example. Like, all of a sudden, we got this pool of Black people who are like, oh my gosh, good, food stamps are going away. Like, most of these people on food stamps are y'all fucking grandmothers. Most of these people, and then y'all cherry pick which
these
type
are
of
minorities, man.
I get it, yeah, minorities. But my point is that y'all cherry pick which parts of the government y'all want people to use. We're talking about HUD, welfare, WIC, goddamn EEC, which is child care under the Department of Education. Like, the way I've seen Black people attack individuals who need government benefits is fucking bananas.
Yeah, I don't respect that. I agree.
It's bananas, yeah.
Yeah, but I think most Black people, it was because I was seeing a lot of shit online that people were saying shit about Black people on welfare. It was a lot of AI. Like, I'm gonna keep it real, bro. If this is the early stages of AI in 2025, I only can imagine what this shit gonna look like in 70 years, 75 years.
Nah, this wasn't AI though. Like, these were people who making the Facebook post that goes viral. And yes, this may be a minority. I'm not saying that it's a majority. I know I've seen otherwise, but like I said, I'll never forget the group of people who did. So I don't know why we're pointing out that this is a minority. I know that.
Lou, this is John. I'd like to ask a question.
Can you wait till I was finished?
Oh, sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
Yeah, when I mute my mic, that's the indicator that I'm finished.
Fuck you, ladies. What's the time you keep telling that? There's a problem with you.
Oh my God.
Black men.
John, calm the fuck down. Mike, continue.
So just to land my point, like I said, the group of Black people, minority or not, who came out in the last 2 or 3 years, stigmatizing, stereotyping.
That's wrong with it. Why are you putting that position? No, don't put us there. Black men, with the problem is Black men. So what do you want? I'm asking you now.
I don't want anything anymore. I'm finished.
Wait, Johnson, can you shut the fuck up? Mike, continue. I apologize.
No, that was it. It was just that I would never forgive that pool of Black people who behave that way, whether it was a small group of them or not. Y'all never be forgiven ever. The fuck.
Yeah, see me. I don't like to keep people when they're down because usually people that's on that are women and children. So, but yeah, I didn't have no critique, and most people that's on there are white people. So.
Right.
I don't understand.
And that's why I said I hate the stigma that they try to create, where it's all about the Black people.
You know that welfare queen shit happened under was that Reagan that happened, or the fucked up stereotype of the welfare queen? They try to.
Yeah, I think it was Reagan.
I think it was Reagan era.
Ate the shit up to recycle it. Good job.
Hey, I got a great question for the room, if I may, moderators.
Do you think, brother?
So if you look at my PTR, that's my mother and I at Abraham Lincoln's tomb in Springfield, Illinois, where he's buried with his family. And my question to you is, in 1863, Lincoln borrowed and created the greenback, which was a federally printed note. And it was the first time that was ever done in history because he didn't want to go to the European banks and pay 30% in interest to fund the war. So he created his own debt instrument with no interest rate. My question to all the moderators and the beautiful speakers here in the audience is, this country's $37 trillion in debt, 38.2 trillion now, plus 100 trillion in unfunded debt liabilities. That means we are all technically on the same boat, which is a boat full of debt and taxes for future liabilities. My question to you is, do you think that cutting off big pharma and the military industrial complex and keeping Social Security benefits and SNAP and other social welfare programs is the way to go?
Who want to take a shot at that first?
That's like bigs. The big money with it.
Well, let Mike go. Mike, do you think?
I just feel like this is a double-edged sword type of question, right? Who do we save? Do we save? You know what I mean? This country has always had resources, whether it's food, all the government resources you can think of. So when you try to leverage and say, do we keep the government programs? The government programs are not y'all issue. Right? The Medicaid and whatever else type of government programs are not y'all issue. I know this is the scapegoat that y'all want to use to convince the world that this is the problem, but it's not. So to say, do we keep all these government programs, or do we try to fix our debt? How about you fix the crooked politicians who are misusing some of the government, some of their authority within the places that they hold to create legislation and all types of barriers for other people. Right?
Why do y'all always?
This is manipulative. It's manipulative.
I agree.
What you're
And
saying.
then why do y'all always be like financial experts when it comes to government spending? When it comes to the government spending money on poor people, but then y'all don't be really financial experts or geopolitical. Like when it comes to geopolitical issues.
Well, the big beautiful bill, these corporations only have corporate growth because of the big beautiful bill. Companies that aren't making money all of a sudden are making $50 billion because they got the tax credit. So these tax credits are future tax liabilities for we the people. That's what's in the big beautiful bill. $500 billion a year of tax transfer to we the people.
Well, I'm gonna put this clip in the chat. There's a clip that shows like about 20 years worth of, I'm going to say actually it's like 15 years worth of CNN and Fox talking about how everybody's leaving New York and the billionaires are leaving New York. And it goes to 2025 and it talks about how the amount of millionaires in New York has risen. So it just shows like this. I don't understand how do y'all know like what people say is on the internet, and we can go back and listen to years and years and years of, well, this is going to happen. This is going to happen. This is what we need to do to fix it. And then everything you got fearmonger people into believing is completely untrue. I don't get it.
Hey, real quick, John, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Are you Democrat, Republican? I see you running for Congress. Where are you?
I'm running for Congress as a Republican in the 16th District to unseat and defeat Congressman Darren LaHood, a super vaccinologist, big debt borrower, spender, taxer. It's the 16th District of Illinois, Rockford, Peoria, Bloomington, Illinois.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wait, so are you running? You're running in the up and coming next year?
Yeah, the primary is March 17th. We just submitted our petition packet and we're on the ballot for March 17, 2026 to defeat and unseat the super borrower, super spender, super get your vaccine or the scamdemic never ends, Darren LaHood.
What's your thoughts on immigration in Illinois? Venezuelans, all of the stuff that's going. Hey, hasn't Chicago specifically been Democrat since, I think it's the longest. I think they've been Democrats since 1930. Some crazy shit. What's your thoughts on Chicago?
I have an original banknote prior to 1913 issued by the Republic of Chicago. This city was a republic in name until the Democrat scam took over, and they have ruled with the mafia and through voter fraud nonstop. There's a huge criminal element in Chicago in the government.
I know about the Italian mafia, Chicago outfits. They control a lot of the judicial politicians and shit. What year was that when you said that there was a Republican and it changed and then they gave up the city to?
All the way from the time of Abraham Lincoln, from 1860 to 1920. And, once unions came in, the Republic of Chicago started getting dismantled little by little. But Rahm Emanuel, a political operative, sold our parking rights to the Abu Dhabi Investment Fund. Now in Chicago, you get towed and ticketed and red light camera and speed ticketed. It is costing people thousands of dollars a year. They boot your car. You have to go to Chicago pay facilities. The mayor of Chicago, Brandon Johnson, is at the head of the Chicago teacher union scam. 75% of our property taxes go to supporting communist, Marxist agitators and propaganda pushers. These people don't teach children. All they do is protest every day, all throughout America, DC, Chicago. These people don't teach kids shit. They are political operatives, sucking. They are parasites. And all of us are the hosts of these Marxist communist parasites.
All right, let Sean disagree. Sean, do you think cooking?
Oh no, you can sound real angry. So I was just wondering, like, since you're so in opposition to taxes and all that, are you completely okay with the permanent corporate tax that was actually a part of the big beautiful bill?
No, I'm opposed to the tax credits in the big beautiful bill. Apple is the #1 recipient at $50 billion. Then there's Microsoft and NVIDIA and BlackRock and Pfizer, Moderna. Everybody gets tax credits. $500 billion a year to we the people, transferring it to our AGI, our adjusted gross income, and our personal income. This is insanity. We can't continue spending money by giving Fortune 500 tax credits. This is insane. It's unethical. There's no great integrity or virtue in doing this. We can't keep contributing to the borrowing and spending and taxing of we the people.
So how do we resolve when a system, you know economics, you know the system was designed on debt. The system only works because of debt through the Federal Reserve System. So how do you as a politician propose to get us from an economy that's built on debt to something else that I guess you have a vision for how we evolve economically?
To you, you're a big man. Are you capable?
Wait, hold on, Big Neck. Get the fuck down. She asking John, do you think?
Well, as I discussed earlier, Abraham Lincoln, our great American president, he issued the greenback in competition to European banks. The Federal Reserve is not just a banking system for the United States. It is the de facto global banking system. The Federal Reserve window is in all major countries, because if countries need to liquidate their U.S. treasuries, they go straight to the Federal Reserve window. So we live in a huge conundrum, and there's no easy solutions. It's my opinion that the three biggest expenses are Medicare, Medicaid, the military-industrial complex, and Social Security. I believe that the middle pillar is the Social Security. We have to limit big pharma, Medicare, Medicaid, and the health insurance corporations from sucking at us, we the people. They are parasites. We are their host. And the military-industrial complex, which is engaged in international military policing and regime changing and civilization building at the expense of we the people. So I'm running to help liberate the state of Illinois from corrupt politicians and corrupt federal politicians in the Congress and in the Senate. They're a bunch of can kickers. All they care about is perpetual debt. We're now $38 trillion in debt. And, you know, Donald Trump is not a libertarian president, but God bless Donald Trump and God bless America.
So you mentioned, of course, the whole currency situation. At any point in time right now, any community can come together and create their own currency. One of the most famously one known is the Ithaca Hour. One of the reasons why individual currencies like the greenback were eliminated is because at one point the entire country was flooded with individual currency. Any organization that could create a bank could create a currency. So therefore, it negated the whole concept of currency, which is to have something that can exchange value between individuals, something that's universal. So are you a proponent of going back to a system where everybody can just create their own currency, run off their own little micro economy within their own city or township?
No, because you have to remember that in the United States of America, we're spending over $1.2 trillion a year on education in this country because 65% of your property taxes goes towards your local school system. We have to essentially cut costs dramatically, and education should be one of the biggest expenditure cuts that we are able to create, which we can defund by 50%. Property taxes are out of control. What I'm telling you is you cannot pay your property taxes in your supposed currency.
You
calm that politician shit down. Answer the question, brother, or I'm not voting for you. I'm out here in Illinois, and I was ready to donate to your fucking campaign. Answer the question, brother.
I hear the question, but you have to realize you can't create your own currency. You might live in some type of currency utopia, but you can't pay your property taxes in your now closed network currency. You have to pay in dollars.
That's not true. The Ithaca Hour has been one of the longest circulating microcurrency in the United States. Just go and research. I'm not going to bring anything to
let me ask John a couple questions.
What's the answer to my question?
Yeah. Answer a question, and then.
Okay, let me try to say it in a different way. You can't keep your house unless you fulfill your property tax bill. And unfortunately, your microcurrency will not be accepted by your local government.
That's not true. There are currencies that are created by the community that are accepted by local governments. So that's why I'm asking you a very pointed question about when you start talking about things like the greenback and not correlate the historical reason why it doesn't exist anymore, then to me it's like a big part of what you're on the stage is a bunch of, I don't know, trying to get people
hogwash.
Exactly. You're not basing anything on fact. It's just a bunch of propaganda, which is what it seems like many of you that are quote mega or mega light are just consistently doing, just spewing propaganda. Because talk about the historical reason why the greenback doesn't exist anymore.
Because they assassinated Lincoln. That's why it doesn't exist anymore.
No, that's not. There were many currencies that existed during that time. So right now, these are the same people who are screaming out loud saying, oh, if the Federal Reserves create a digital currency, that digital currency is going to be programmable. And because that digital currency is programmable, they're going to be able to track our every movement, and they're going to be able to every aspect of.
Okay, we get the point, Sean. If you were the leader and the president, though, what would your 3 priorities be for we the people?
Hold on, that same similar concept is applicable. You look at the greenback, and you look at alternative ways of using some kind of fiat system or Singorish system to equate a universal value on a product or a service. So. You're not following. The country was built on debt. The only way to get rid of debt is to destroy and dismantle the current system. Is that what he is?
But why do you see? Y'all too radical. This is why Democrats lost. Like destroy the what are we talking? Like,
that's the only way, dude. The only way is because the system is built on debt. That's how it operates at its core.
No, I don't.
This is conspiracy theory bullshit. This is
actually.
No, it's because none of you don't understand how economics
I concrete, Bookie.
What's up? How you doing?
In your learning, you're not educated on how it works.
Got it, Sean. But unfortunately, you can't pay your property tax bill by coming on Clubhouse and having conversations. You can't pay your groceries with Clubhouse conversations. That's a fact, right?
John, you're on Clubhouse trying to get my vote.
Wait, hold on. First of all, you're not in Illinois. He's not trying to get your vote. All right, wait, hold on.
You don't know where I live.
Girl, you live in
you have no idea.
Shit.
You have no idea where I live.
You don't live in Illinois, and you don't live in this district.
You don't know where I live.
Oh my God! So wait, I'm asking you a question.
My point is,
do you live in this district? Yes or no to vote for him?
My point was, Lou, is he is here on Clubhouse trying to get someone's vote.
No, he's not. But he just said what he was doing. Wait, let me all right. Concrete, do you think? I got a couple questions because I've been reading up on this website since y'all been debating.
All right, I appreciate that, brother. I heard Sean giving an impassioned speech about greenbacks, the Federal Reserve, and debt, right? And I think his concern about the digital currency was surveillance and governmental overreach. And you said the same thing occurred with the greenback. And I don't think the same thing occurred with the greenback because it wasn't digital and it couldn't be used to surveil us. Now, please tell us why digital currency that would be used to surveil us and control us is the same thing as the greenback. Please and thank you.
That's not what I said. I said the concept of it. The historical context to why someone would create it is to try to create a current, to try to use some type of currency
what up?
without the. Okay, I'm done. Lou, you keep cutting me off, but okay, I'm done.
I'm just telling somebody to come up. Just continue. It's not that deep.
Oh, no worries. I just thought you wanted to say something.
No, just tell somebody to come up.
It's a creative system, so you're not indebted to X, Y, and Z. That is the origin of how you keep creating.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
Well, there's nothing wrong with it. If you would have come into the room and heard what I was saying, asking a question about earlier to him as a politician, what does he propose to supplant this system? Because the entire system is built on debt.
Okay, so that's where we disagree, right? So I don't take it to be built on debt. I take it to be built on assets, the full and confidence, right?
Fucking campaign link up.
Fuck on. Now, John.
Woo!
What's your motherfucking mind? Hold the fuck on. Now, John, I fuck with you. I rock with you. But you don't come in people's rooms and don't hit the person in the back channel like, hey, can I post my website at the top? You have lost your rabbit ass mind, John Buck. All right, calm the fuck down, buddy.
Okay, so the debt that you're talking about is the debt that, or the structure and way like currency is created. So basically, the government issues the Federal Reserve.
John's getting some press.
And then,
John Boy's getting some press.
Or they issue dollars to the Treasury. The Treasury then distributes it to the, throughout the system, first through the banks, and then the banks distribute it to the people who they deem credit worthy, right? Which is going to be other businesses, other people. That is the structure that we use, and that was before, or that's after we had the backing by the gold, right? Which is to say there was something that backed your currency so that you can exchange something of value for something else of value. The new system is built on debt, but that's not a necessary component, right? And so if somebody offers to go back to the gold system, then you can see how there wouldn't be the same debt component. Even though there is a state of indebtedness from one party to the next, it's not just ethereal or purely conceptual. The backing of that debt or that note, of that promissory note, right, is something backing that promissory note besides the full faith and credit of the United States. Now, here's how it works, right? If you were to say to the United States, hey, buddy, I want to take my dollars and I want something of value, the government can definitely give you something of value because the government is very wealthy. They can give you land, they can give you physical assets such as cars, houses, so on and so forth. So it's not purely debt. The debt is something you put on your balance sheet as an existence issue or existent state of affairs, but there is something backing it, and that is the confidence that you can get something of value for this promissory note. So. Yeah.
Hey, I think there needs to be a cleanup in Area B of the food court concrete. Get on top of that.
Hey, how you doing, Pepe?
Hey, real quick. Let me ask John a question. John, all right. So I was reading on your website. You were talking about the COVID-19, and you blamed it on the Democrats. Why did you blame COVID-19 and how they dealt with it on the Democrats?
Well, because my recollection is Nancy Pelosi got on TV in Chinatown and started saying, everything's okay. You don't have to stop the Chinese from coming in. This isn't a China problem. The truth is Dr. Fauci and Dr. Bill Gates cooked up Wuhan virus, which supposedly spread around the globe, a plandemic, scamdemic, and the Pfizer response with a decade-old patent that George W. Bush even was exposed as being a part of. This pandemic was long in the making. Big Pharma has a huge control over our lives. Secretary Kennedy and the Trump administration, head of NIH, he is leading the fight against these untested vaccines that are causing health epidemics and crises throughout America and the world. Africa is the only country with a population growth and doesn't have COVID reappearing all the time because they're not vaccinated like us, we stupid sheep. That Mark Zuckerberg put Dr. Fauci on Facebook every day telling us, you gotta vax up or this pandemic will never end. You all know it's a scam by now. The research is out. It's extremely dangerous to put spike proteins in your body. And Justin Trudeau, the head of Canada, puts his little needle in his arm and says, I got the COVID-19 vaccine and now I got the flu shot, everybody. Wake up, you're sheeple. This is not health. This is not medicine. This is poison. And it's about making money and probably about population control so we can't have children. These are criminals, and Bill Gates is a psychopath. This is Candidate John.
The only thing you dummies did by getting that Jew flu shot was make Mr. Sheckelstein rich. You guys are fucking retards.
Oh my God, did you just say Jew flu? I'd like to add something to the conversation. I think I heard somebody say, like, it was because of, you're blaming it all on Democrats. My only question is to you, who was responsible for Operation Warp Speed? So, I mean, in regards to the development of the first COVID vaccines and the acceleration of the process with or without human trial testing, right? So there was only, that didn't happen during a Democratic presidency. That happened towards the end of a Republican presidency. And it's just so happens that president put off signing documentation in regards to COVID for so long, right, that we did not shut down in the way that we needed to, which is why we had higher cases of COVID in comparison to places like Guangzhou, China, and Italy, and things like that, because we didn't do the early shutdown. We waited until months later. And then that very president, under a very Republican presidency, right, left office after Operation Warp Speed.
I want to see your dick under my Christmas tree.
Yeah, move that Punjabi down.
But I'm done. Yeah, Operation Warp Speed. Who created that?
You don't think that was largely...
Why y'all bring him back up? Come on.
You guys don't think
Move
that was
Punjabi down.
largely...
Move that Punjabi down.
You don't think that was like largely public health bureaucrats, like the National Institute of Health, of course the pharma companies, like that was something where everybody got together on to like brainstorm for solutions. So to say it was like Trump leading the way, it's kind of, I honestly think it would have gone down, the vaccine thing would have gone down the same way, just because Trump had to go along with what the experts could do and what the pharmaceutical companies thought was possible and how quickly they could get the drug trials done.
Yo, why do we act like like we really just glossed over the fact that they shut the whole world down over this COVID shit, and they mandated vaccines when it wasn't even approved yet by the FDA. And then there was a lot of people losing their jobs because of this shit. It was a lot of shit, and we just act like that shit ain't happened.
Yeah, the thing is that the shutdown, like if you look at the trajectory of the shutdowns, right? Other countries like China and Italy, their shutdowns is what caused them to not have a spread of COVID. Them shutting down very early in that year, right? In 2020, they shut down really early. We didn't shut down until like March. And so the thing is that they didn't get the vaccine until we developed the vaccine. The vaccines that are in China and Italy are the same vaccines that we got. Pfizer.
No, China got the Sino. No, they got the Sino. They largely got the Chinese made one that was ineffective.
But when it was ineffective, so when was it? When was that developed, right? And then the round that was effective, what company was that? When was it developed?
At the same time as ours.
Exactly, my love. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So how come they did a shutdown and decreased the cases well before the COVID, before they got the actual? If they gave out the same vaccine around the same time as us, but they shut down earlier and had a better response, why did we wait longer to do it and then also rely on the vaccine for a similar response when we could have shut down as early as they could? I know it was an economic thing, right? Not wanting to hinder businesses and the American economy, right, by shutting it down so quickly. But where was the same president who created Operation Warp Speed told us that there were other alternatives for COVID outside of vaccinations, yet we never got any.
Well, I would say this. If you remember, one of the first things, this is one of the first things that Trump ended up doing is he ended up stopping flights, particularly from the Wuhan region of China. And of course, what's funny is China stopped internal flights within China or travel back and forth from Wuhan when the outbreak first occurred. Now, what the Democrats ended up doing is, if I recall correctly, Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi ended up going into Chinatown and saying, this is bullshit, it's xenophobic, how dare Trump, he's racist, not letting these Chinese people fly here. But of course, it was a couple months later that we're like, oh shit. And then this was political football being played by both sides in front of us. And, I don't, and when it comes to the actual vaccine mandates, it was the left at that point, after Operation Warp Speed. It was the Democrats that were calling for people to get fired if they didn't get the fucking vaccine. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just like,
the logic is not, it's not
complaining about.
It's not logicking. Yeah, it's not logicking. Logicking is not a word, but I'm just saying it to be funny. Because you're saying he shut down trips to Wuhan. If you look at what country had the largest demographic of COVID cases, it was America. So shutting down trips to Wuhan when you needed to actually do something amongst the American public, American citizens, right? Because we already had developing cases. The amount of people traveling between the United States and Wuhan is very small. Very, very small. Right.
Sure, but what was it? But nobody knew the extent or how deadly the virus was. China was silent on it. If you remember, because you brought it up earlier, I believe, Italy was when it ended up basically wreaking havoc in Italy. That's the first time, because they have an open and free press, that the world actually got to see how devastating the illness was. We had no idea until Italy, and then it was within weeks it ended up just fucking hitting New York City and a lot of places really hard here.
I agree with those sentiments, right? Italy and China had some of the first active, as far as responses to COVID, but they weren't the countries that were devastated the most with COVID. It was the United States, it was India, it was France, it was Germany, it was Brazil. Those were the countries that had the most cases of COVID vaccines, right? It wasn't Italy, it wasn't China. So I understand your sentiment. What I'm saying is that the policy changes and the shutdown needed to happen as early as Italy and China did, even though they weren't hit hardest with COVID.
Listen, I hate to break the bad news to you, everybody, but the poison is in the vaccine. The COVID-19 virus is not the problem. The vaccine is the problem, everybody. Wake up. Big Pharma's not your friend. Your local congressperson isn't your friend. They want to tax you, they want to kill you, and they want to sterilize you.
What was you saying? Because I wanted you to finish your statement.
Oh, I was just saying that, the original thing was one of the gentlemen mentioned Democrats being responsible for the COVID vaccine. My whole point was that the development of the COVID vaccine and the president that pushed the COVID vaccine, right, who helped push it to the public before it was ready, wasn't a Democratic president. It was Trump. It was during Trump's presidency. Now, and even more so, right, if Trump was against the vaccine, if he listened to the people around him, he would have taken the same measures as China and Italy by shutting down earlier. He put it off for so long, the shutdown. We shut down last. Then the vaccine and all of that stuff. He waited until the end of his presidency to sign documentation in regards to Operation Warp Speed, and then he didn't. That's why it looks like Democrats are responsible for it, but it's not. They're not. They're one and the same coin. Trump only signed and set up what Biden orchestrated. Simply. That's it.
It's not about Republicans or Democrats. It's about big pharma making trillions. The HEROES Act, the CARES Act, these are multi-trillion HR acts that all Republicans and all Democrats voted for simultaneously with no hesitation, because big pharma has 10 lobbyists up every congressperson's bumhole, and that's how things get done in DC. It's a huge scam, and many of you on this app are actual participants and profiteers from COVID-19. Not just the triple P loans, but I'm talking there are some fugazi doctors on this app. And we all know Dr. Copeland, that hardcore American hero, that army superhero.
Wait, we don't speak on people. I have to bring Dr. Copeland in, and then I will allow him to debate you. But he's not in the room.
Watch it now.
What's Dr. Copeland, John?
He's a low IQ chiropractor running around Afghanistan giving poison to his fellow soldiers. He's no patriot. He's a fugazi doctor, and I challenge him to a debate.
Oh, shit.
Something?
Who's a chiropractor? I got Dr. Copeland's number. I ain't gonna lie. If you beat Dr. Copeland in a debate, bro, I'm donating to your campaign.
Hold on. Copeland
He's undefeated. He's undefeated in debates.
Hey, look, Copeland is not a chiropractor. He's a geneticist. So let's not have.
He can be both. He can be both.
He's being funny. Like, we didn't have to get the correction. We know what he is.
No, we gotta get the
John
correction.
is being funny.
Let's correct it because people don't know.
Yeah.
People don't know. A lot of people probably don't know Dr. Copeland. So
yeah, he's not a medical doctor. He's a PhD. He's a geneticist. He's not a medical doctor. Whatever, like gripe you have with him, don't present it with misinformation.
Oh, it ain't misinformation. He's a bullshitter.
Well, that may be. Get
Dr. Copeland in here, Lou.
I'm texting him right now. Hold on.
He's a geneticist. Okay. But in any case, let me ask this question, Lou, real quick, y'all, before you go. And it's just a question anyone can answer.
Wow.
Does anyone know what the hesitancy rate was among Black Americans towards the vaccine?
I'm pretty sure it was super high.
Yeah, it was super high.
I'm pretty sure like 80%.
No, it wasn't that high, but it was very high, like something like 60%. But in any case, why do you think Black Americans are willing to vote for the party that was like doing everything they could to make the vaccine mandated when so many Black Americans was against the mandate? Like, how do we connect those two?
Can you ask that question one more time? Hold on, real quick.
Why do you think so many Black Americans align themselves with the political party, namely Democrats, okay, that was attempting to make the vaccine mandated, okay, when so many Black Americans were actually against the mandate?
I mean, that's not politics. There's a shifting, there's a reorganizing of American politics right now where Black people are systematically moving towards Republican. So that statement is that us voting Democratic is historical, but it's not current because there is definitely a shift that's happening, and it's happened about 6 times where they shift us from Democrat, Republican, Democrat, Republican, right? But it is so. I think that question is interesting, but I don't think it aligns with the current politics that we have.
I would agree with you. Let me respond to her for a second. Yeah, I would agree with you. There is a shift that's transpiring in the U.S. since the pandemic. So I would agree with you, but I'm just speaking in general that party that was targeting Blacks and that was really advocating for the mandate, and not only advocating for the mandate, but was advocating for the exclusion from societal norms if you refuse to get vaccinated. That's the party that did that. That's their motto. Okay, that's how they operate. They deem themselves liberal, but they only respect a certain type of liberty. But when it came to things like that vaccine, they were real demanding upon that.
Compartmentalizing is something that I've noticed, we're good at, not just Black people, but American, like big compartmentalizers, being able to put certain things in a box and be able to just cherry pick off certain things. So, there's a plethora of reasons why they would continue to vote for a party that they were in opposition to when it came to the COVID vaccination. Some people could call it herd mentality. Some people could just, it could just be being out of habit. But I agree with what Melissa said. There is a shift happening, and the shift is different now, I would say, because they're not moving anything. The mindsets of Black Americans are changing. So we're not dealing with just people shifting because they're being, radicalized or they're being fed propaganda to follow. They're actually having these critical conversations and changing their mindsets and how they look at politics and how they discuss them, even on a micro level. So that shift is happening, more now than ever, for sure, for the right reason, I would say.
Yeah, and I think it should be a policy-based shift versus just.
For sure, I get the big shift. Yeah.
Look at the quote that I just put in the chat from George Orwell. It says it was always the women, and above all the young ones, who were the most bigoted adherents of the party, the swallowers of the slogans.
Like, you just keep jumping off mic while somebody's talking.
Autism and white privilege.
Wait, Yoshi, Zara is your twin sister, for real?
That's my twin, man.
Hey, twin. Hi, everyone.
What's up?
You're your twin, boy. How you doing, Queen?
I'm not Muslim and Jewish, but hey.
Oh, that's really a sister. Wait, why I say it says Torah after dark. Okay, my bad.
That's
are you a Muslim?
That's a friend of mine.
That's a friend of ours. What is that called? YouTube channel.
Are you American?
Yes, I'm American.
Where are your grandparents from?
My grandma.
Someone's a real Jew.
My grandma was born in the DR. Her grandma was born in Portugal. Her mom was born in Israel.
What about
my dad
the other side?
My dad, and as far as I can go back in his side, Black American.
Wait, she really your sister, bro? Or are you joking? Because I don't know you to be a liar.
Why are you so confused?
He's on the phone.
Is this really your sister? Because I don't know you.
That's eternal sister or spiritual sister?
That's my spiritual twin.
Clubhouse sister.
Intellectual, spiritual.
Is she a good debater like you, or?
Man, don't put that on that nigga.
I think hey, watch your mouth, Concrete. Like,
y'all know he hate nigga, bro. Come on, bro.
Let me in something.
I'm not supposed to remember everything, bro.
Well, you better remember that.
I won't call you a nigga. There you go.
All right.
Nigga ass nigga. That was a joke.
Go play it with a blindfold on. Don't play with me.
It was a joke, bro. Stop being so self-righteous.
Okay, nah, I'm just right. Okay? Now, so in any case, Lou, as far as her debating skills, she's beaten me in a debate once, so that says a lot.
I am surprised.
Oh, that's easy.
That you told everyone that.
Wait, she beat you on what? Wait, what? How was it had anything to do with the Torah, or?
Yeah.
We don't talk about it.
Yeah.
Dang, yo,
we don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. And we agreed. We shook hands. We hugged. All that's over. But I just mentioned it. Yeah.
Excellent. That's the Black American excellence.
Very knowledgeable, fact-based, a plethora of knowledge on a plethora of subject matters. Just put it that way.
I want to give a shout out to Lou. Lou, I want to thank you, brother, for being an inspiration and a reminder to fast. I did 4
Did you do it?
days last week.
Oh my God.
Shit was phenomenal. It's hot, bro. It's hot. I was talking to my mama about it today.
That shit was tough, huh, bro?
Yeah, it's tough, but it's so worth it, bro.
Bro, it's like you're a new person, bro.
Oh my God.
It's like you're a new person. Wait, so did I inspire you to do that, brother?
Bro, I've always done it. Like once a week when I'm really stressed out. Obviously you don't want to eat when you're really stressed out. But you did inspire me because you brought me back to it when you told me about the 7 days, 14 pounds. You talked about that months ago. You talked about that a couple of weeks ago. And I was like, look at this nigga. I think I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see what I could do.
It was probably one of the toughest things I ever did. 7 days, all water. I didn't do no electrolytes, nothing. Just straight water. You gotta get a specific water. You gotta get a specific. You gotta get the Mountain View water, the Mountain Spring water. Yeah, the Mountain View spring water from Whole Foods, because I tried to do it another time and it was just regular bottled water and shit, and I was struggling. So you gotta get a specific type of water, mineralized. You know what I do?
You know what I do? When I struggled on day 1 and 2, I just go home. I'm out the street.
Mountain Valley. That's what happened. Yes. See me, and I was active. I was moving around. See, day 4 is the hardest day. That's crazy. That's when you stop. That was my hardest day. Because the first 2 days was smooth. Day 3 was. I'm at the sports book right now.
I did it for like 4 days. I'm not gonna lie. That if you stay busy, like if you keep a busy schedule, shit, you get up in the morning. By the time you get home, you be too tired to eat. Like I did it for like a good 4 or 5 days, and I was like, nah. It's time to eat. I'm fucking hungry out this motherfucker.
Yeah, bro.
That 4 or 5 days.
No, when you hungry, when you hungry, that's when you drink hella water.
You gotta drink water.
Drink.
You're gonna be at the bathroom like every 5 minutes.
I hate to break up y'all kumbaya, but after I'm sorry, Mike. after the fast, I would like to suggest, if you want to live your absolute best life, get at least 2, maybe 4 cups of raw fruits and vegetables in your diet every day. Like, eliminate lunch.
You shouldn't even eat dinner after. You gotta slowly. You gotta eat fruits or like some small in portions, and then like over a few days, then you eat like a dinner. You don't eat dinner as soon as you break the fast.
Yeah. So when you're coming off the fast, no, you're 100%, 1,000% right. You should definitely start slowly and start with like the food that has the most water intake, which is going to be fruits and then leafy greens, and then like your more cellulose having greens like cucumbers, celery, and things like that. And then you work your way towards, so you're set. Cellulose, cucumbers, celery. The thing is that the difference between them and leafy greens is that they have a lot more cellulose, right? So that's fiber. So that fiber is tougher to digest, right? So when you're looking at fruits and vegetables, you want to eat your food. Now, it's not going to be perfect every day, but you do want to eat according to density, right? And so you want to eat the foods that have the most water in them first, right? And then towards the end of the day, so you might actually put your cucumbers and your celery with your fruits and things like that, right? And but towards the end of the day, which is the most common mistake, that's when you have your heavier foods. If you're a meat eater, you have your meats, you have your grains, your legumes, which is like your chickpeas and your black beans and your things like that, nuts, seeds. And it's crazy because I've been in the fitness world for over a decade now, and we've been taught to do it the opposite, like eat your heaviest meal at breakfast, right? But it's strange when you eat according to density, and I don't know who you guys follow, but I do follow a lot of like raw vegan people who mention eating with the sun and eating according to density. And now you don't have to necessarily eat meat at night, but it's the one myth that I've realized, right, is that they say don't eat at night. Don't eat at night. Don't eat at night. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. I eat at night. I eat whatever the fuck I want to eat. I eat when I'm hungry, right? But I do fast. But most of the people that I've seen in my career, right, I deal with people who on the fitness level and nutrition weight, they restrict their calories. They live by these rules. Don't eat at this time. Don't eat at that time. Fasting is the beautiful thing, but it is lost and not spiritual maintenance. Fasting might actually cause you to hold on to more fat than you think.
Well, from a governmental perspective, we have to because we're $38 trillion in debt, ladies and gentlemen. And most people in this room, only 3% of you read books.
Have to be information for your campaign, right?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I like John. Put a 1 in the chat for John, man. Seems like, hey, man, he campaigned. As soon as he told y'all Republican, he Republican, y'all got triggered, man. John campaigning, man. I fuck with John.
I thought he was a libertarian.
He just keeps going.
Can I kumbaya a little bit more about fasting?
One thing I was going to say about the individual who spoke earlier, I didn't realize that celery, if you eat too much or drink too much of its juice, it has nitrates in it. And the nitrates can actually, when they mix with certain elements in your stomach, are carcinogens. So just something to keep in mind. Just like nightshade plants, you have to be very mindful of how much of those you consume.
So for me, day 1 and day 2 were most difficult. Day 3 was easy. Day 4 was easy. And then when I got into day 5, I just kept getting consumed with food porn. And then I was like, I was also pretty tired. So I was like, I want to go back to the fucking eating. I don't want to do this no more. But I am excited to do it again this week. So if there's anybody who want to take the challenge, Lou, offer that challenge to do the 7-day fast. If anybody want to start it on Monday, Mike, you down for it?
I'm with it.
I ain't gonna lie, your vibe been different. Your vibe been different too, man.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Some good black women
No,
love.
I still got the same negristic vibe. I do feel better psychologically, spiritually, physically. It's awesome, bro. I encourage everybody to do it, bro.
I love this
It's
thing.
amazing. Thank you, Mike.
Hey, God, you
One thing I will say though, like
concrete.
one thing I will say is
To concrete.
7 days or like 14 days, whatever. Once you get to that point, the one thing that I hated about that was that like
Wait, you did 14 days?
Yeah, me and my brother, we did like 28 days.
Oh, you were nuts. You're nuts.
Yeah.
I remember you telling that story too. I remember that.
Yeah, I remember too. Yeah, we did 28. We did it. Yeah, the only water. We did it right after my mom passed away. It was like 2013. And that was my introduction to all this song, bro. It was so addictive. I appreciate it. I appreciate it too. But that was my introduction to it. And he taught me like everything, bro. I mean, we started out with spring water, and then after like day 5 or 6, I was explaining to him like I was fatigued as hell. So we put like maybe a couple tablespoons of Himalayan salt in my water just for just a few electrolytes. He didn't need any of that because he'd been doing it for a minute. But eventually, the only thing I will say after day like number 14 or 15, it's hard to keep like your breath smelling fresh, Joe. I ain't gonna hold you. And you look, you're not.
Your stomach will start coming up.
No, 100%. Like your body is literally flushing everything out, even in the form of an odor too as well. And that's the only thing that I hated. So even if you had like a pack of gum right next to you, you brush your teeth like maybe 4 or 5 times a day, you still couldn't really keep that odor away. So that was the only challenge. But after day number 21, it'll never resurface. Like it'll be gone for good.
Nigga said my birthday.
21 days.
21 days is insane.
Oh, we did 28.
28. That's you different. I ain't gonna lie. How much weight did you lose?
I'm not sure, man. I wasn't really doing it for weight loss, but I would say probably I lost maybe about 60 pounds. 60? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's believable. I lost
60 pounds in how many days?
I lost 28 days. I lost
14 or 12. I don't remember. I lost 14 or 12. I lost 12 or 14 pounds.
You lost.
I'm too flat. I was too flat.
I lost 12.
Oh, you're right where you should be.
You know, the government shutdown is a lot like a fast. It's a stress test to the system. And guess what? Nothing's changed, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God.
2 pounds a day is absolutely insane, bro.
No, it's really not. 2 pounds a day is actually normal. See, the scam is these gym memberships. All you have to do is just fast and eat, keep it just protein and fruits and vegetables, and you'll lose 1.5 pounds a day, literally.
It depends on how much weight you need to lose and what type of weight it is that you're losing. Because you start to lose, you can lose fat, you can lose muscle mass, you can lose water, right? So 2 pounds a day. 2 pounds a day?
Yeah, your body's basically burning the fat.
Yeah, you're burning it. That's normal. Yeah, that's normal.
Like 2 pounds for me. But did anyone else who did it, did they actually like have a lot of lucid dreams?
I got a spiritual awakening, man. I ain't gonna lie. I got like baptized.
It's as strong as regular.
You know what? Weird dreams, spiritual dreams, those kind of things.
I had a few interesting dreams for sure. I don't remember dreams. Yeah, I had a few interesting dreams, but it'll take me a minute to kind of recall any of them. It was so long ago.
Y'all hear me?
But Sean, you need to do it if you're worried about the benefits. You should definitely.
No, I've done it. I've done it multiple.
Okay, cool.
Oh, multiple times. Yeah.
I think it should be something that people adapt.
The last time I did it for 7 days was about 11 months ago, and I consider myself as separating. I don't know. I had some kind of separation of the ego experience. Like I really went real deep. Like I was on some kind
I was
of.
going to ask that, Sean. Anybody who's out there, I was going to ask that anybody who's done it for over 28 days or for an extended period of time, how was your spiritual life?
Oh, it was amazing. To be honest with you, like I said, we got to open up a totally different room because I'll pull over
really just take a deep dive for you guys.
What day did it kick in?
Like after day number 14 or 15. I mean, that whole period of my life though, like losing my mom and all that. I mean, I was already spiritually like going through some shit. So, but but it was legendary. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I'm totally different.
28 days is wait. So you and your brother did 28, or just one of y'all?
All of my brothers, like it was all three of us did 28 days.
Damn,
that's beautiful.
What faith do you subscribe to, if at all?
I attempt to practice Christianity, but it's a practice.
Good work.
Damn, 28 is legendary. Wait, so because I know you're not. Wait, so your first time doing a fast, you did 28 days? Because that's totally different than doing fast and fucking up in the past and then doing 28 days. So you did 28 days your first time?
Yeah, bro. They was on me. Both my brothers, they was on me, bro. Like they was on top of me, bro.
Nah, you different, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You a different breed. Because my brother put me on the fastest stuff. He be doing it all the time. And he got inspired by some dude. I think it was a prankster on fucking TikTok. I guess he did 30 days straight. So he did 7 days. He didn't do it the first time. His first time doing it, he only did 2 days. Second time he did 4 days. Third time, so it took him to like 6 times doing it to complete the whole 7. I did the 7 the first time I did it. But that shit was hard as hell. Because I was playing basketball. I was at 24-hour fitness. Hooping on the 5th day, like tripping. But yeah,
I'm gonna tell you what. The one thing I will say.
What kind of fast are y'all talking about? Y'all talking about all water?
Yeah, all water.
Oh, no. Well, I'm a periodic faster myself. I've been doing it over the years, and the best fast that I go on is a green juice fast consisting of kale, beet, celery, carrots. Right, I drink that. Then I drink rosehip tea, green tea, and I drink water. And by the 3rd day, I'm in the euphoric stage.
Abby, what's up?
That euphoric stage is the most beautiful stage of the fast. I did a 21-day fast like that, and all my anxiety was gone. I felt like there was nothing going on in my life that affected me. I felt like my energy was like in another zone space. It's a very powerful place to be. The clarity, the sleep, you sleep deep. Your dreams are crisp and clear. You wake up energized all day. You feel light. You feel like you're above, like you one with the universe, man. It's just a powerful thing.
Facts.
Yeah, I think. And on top of that, man, bro, like I just.
Why don't America mainstream never preach fasting to like the masses? I don't get it.
It's the oldest form of medicine, bro. It's the oldest form of medicine.
Hold on, Lou. Let me ask you a question. Why would America promote something that would literally cause them to not have as much health issues, not have as much stupidity, and not have as much violence? That would be like literally a recipe for fucking the destruction of America itself. Less sick people, less people fucking crashing out because they're actually in tune with their crown and they're in tune with what they're eating and how they're living. Like, that's not what America's for. America's for hooligans. That's how it survives. Don't say that. Let's be honest. If America didn't have sickness, crime, and poverty, most of their GDP would we would disappear. You gotta think about it. The courts, the police, the insurance companies, the doctors, like, if we didn't have the sickness, the poverty, and the crime, then America really would not be as much of a giant as it is. That's what they make a lot of their money off of. I hate to say it.
Can I say something real quick? Can I say something?
Yeah, but you have to be careful with fasting because, so say you don't know your vitamin levels, right? So you go into a fast and you haven't did an assessment of your nutritional level, right? You could be deficient partially in some areas, and you go on a fast and further deficient, and you can cause harm with fasting. You can't play with that. You gotta take those cell salts. Well, what I'm saying is that I literally diet fasting, and you don't know what the fuck you're doing, and you heavily exert yourself. It really depends on how you get you.
Medication and shit like that. Right.
This is in the same vein as what Mike was saying about America and how they, promote a particular system. And I have a theory, since we're like talking about this, I have a theory that you know how we're not as violent as they like to report and show us and make us think that we are? I have a theory that we are not as unhealthy or sick as they would like to make us believe. You ever notice that everything you got to worry about this, about that, about this, you got to get this, you're like, yo, what the hell? How can I live? How can I survive? I got to go to the doctor. The doctor got to give me the drugs or else I'm going to fucking die. And I swear, I don't believe that we're that sick. And I think fasting is definitely a healing process. And to hear somebody who's doubting it. Anyway, fasting is definitely a healing process, both psychologically and physically and spiritually. And when I hear people say, don't fast, I say, okay, but God said to fast. So which one do I believe? Your fear about some mineral deficiency, or I believe in what God said? And if I go home, I'm going home. It is what it is. I said, Lord, I was fasting. You told me to fast, so I'm here for that.
I think
the reality is that a lot of them, and they do have a shit ton of, first of all, the amount of sugar some people have, and of course, everybody's metabolism is a lot different. I mean, no doubt, just by the sheer number of obese people we have in this country, we are a pretty sick country. Our ancestors were not used to having this much sugary and fat-filled fucking foods constantly around. Like, they literally had to fight to eat, literally to fight really hard to find food, that is. And it's a lot.
Like they had to scavenge?
Yeah, they had to hunt, they had to scavenge. They didn't have refrigerators, they didn't have preservatives. You couldn't just like keep shit in a shelf. And it's the way we have it today, is not how our ancestors went through hundreds of thousands of years to survive.
I think that America makes all their money off of ignorant people. People are just ignorant and they're uninformed. And like John said, they do not read. Even when it comes to this election, even when it comes to what's actually happening, even with the government shutdown, all the facts have been presented and people are still screaming and hollering at Donald Trump. I personally, I have to I don't know. It's just something where smart people just end up just shutting the fuck up because it has way more to do with Donald Trump. It has to do with the Democrats not doing what they're supposed to do on their side. They denied opening it up 15 times, but we don't want to talk about that fact. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just stupid. It's stupid. America makes money off of ignorant fucking people who don't know shit, and they just wait for someone to tell them where to go, what to do. They take people's sound bites, and then they just reiterate what they heard. And we all have access to information. It's the age of information. And the same thing happened with COVID. Shout out to everybody who did not get the goddamn shot. I remember being in those doctors' rooms on Clubhouse fucking 5 years ago, literally having the conversations about the fact that spike protein will kill your immune system. Okay? I mean, you can have logical conversations about this because if they put a spike protein in your body and your body your immune system is no longer working naturally, then you cannot even create the antibodies. You can't create it to become immune to it. And your body can no longer naturally fight what you need to fight, okay? All the information was there. On the CDC, they told you there was 23 possible fucking ways that the COVID vaccine could affect you. 5 of them literally resulted in death. One was a stroke. Myocarditis and pericarditis is what we see now. What's happening right now where people are having all these heart attacks and these strokes because they have inflammation around their heart. Okay, so now would be the time where you would actually see the people dying from taking that jab. Okay, they also told you to get a blood clot. They also said you could, it was one other things, myocarditis, pericarditis, stroke, blood clot, and death. Death was actually one of the shits on the CDC. Like they literally wrote it on the website. all the different ways that this shit could fuck you up. So people with common sense, right? People who read, people who have intelligence was like, damn, if there's 23 possible outcomes and 5 of those outcomes means that I have a higher chance of dying between now getting the jab in 5 years, 10 years plus, because again, they didn't have the data to show what these vaccines were going to do. That was another thing that the people with common sense were saying. They're like, you know what? We don't have any data. We don't, usually when a vaccine gets passed, you have a good 10 to 15 years of trial error before they put it on the CDC. So I have something in my mouth, guys. So that's what sounds like a lisp. But I'm saying all this to say is if we logically think, use our common sense, and read, you can be informed. And when you're not informed, this is why the country turns into the things that it turns to, because everyone's just listening to sound bites instead of reading. But I'll land.
So are you saying that the vaccine was not, okay, there is an elevated risk with especially with younger males, last time I checked, with getting the shot, but especially when it comes to like people 50 and above or with comorbidities, I have never seen anything that showed anything other than that your risk of a severe complications to the illness. In other words, you would be far more likely to die or suffer severe complications of COVID if you got it than you would of the vaccine. So for a lot of people, it was the best option was to get the
So this is the thing. This is the thing. So if 1 second. If you have amorbidities, right? If you have different things going on, of course you're going to be at higher risk, right? But there are still ways that you should deal with things. For instance, if you are sick, you're not supposed to be laying down on the bed. You're not supposed to be on your back. You know, when you're sick, you're supposed to be sitting up because that's where fluid and all those things gather in your chest.
But I was asking, are you saying that people that, let's say you're 60 years old and you have you have type 1 diabetes, are you saying that those people should not get the vaccine?
That's not what she said.
No, I'm asking her.
Okay, what I'm saying is this.
It's a comprehension issue at this point.
Well, I'm asking her, not you.
What I'm saying is this. For them to try to scare the country to say that it needs to be mandated, and for them, the doctors, to be going around telling people that if they didn't get the vaccine, they were going to die. Okay, this was the verbiage that was coming out at the time. You're gonna die if you don't get it. You got to get the vaccine so that you won't get COVID. That was the language that they were saying. So people who are actually reading and actually looking at what the CDC was posting said, hey, if these are 23 possible outcomes and I am a healthy individual, and if I don't have amorbidities and I'm just trying to recover, I have a 93% chance of living. And I will actually become immune to COVID if I catch it. Okay, because now my body can build those antibodies. It can build that, and then we can kind of like level it out. But if you have a spike protein that's fighting for you, your immune system is being broken down. Okay, you're no longer using your natural body given ability to fight something. So these are the conversations.
You can still fight infections. You can still fight infections and illnesses.
You're not understanding. You're not understanding.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Even with the spike.
Hold on. You're not gonna cut me off. You're gonna wait till I fucking finish talking.
All right. Well, you're ignorant.
When I go, you're ignorant. You're ignorant, and that's the reason why we're in this fucking position.
Because everybody else understood what she said, and you went and asked her what she said again.
Yeah, can you shut the fuck up? Go on mute. Okay. Like I said, what
is your highest level of?
Okay, nigga, let me not. We'll just move you down because you can talk afterward. I'll bring you back up. But I'm not about to argue with you about something that we all can see has happened. We're actually at the end result of this right now. Okay, that's what happened. You didn't have to get the COVID vaccine, and then they made it a mandate just for them to not make it a mandate in November when the Supreme Court passed the ruling. So a lot of people lost their jobs for no fucking reason. Some of them got them back, but some people had to start their career all over again. That's what I'm saying. And even like listening to people, I don't know, just we are cooked. We're cooked. If you are not informed, if you don't take the time to actually read what is out here and available for you, then it's no point even having these conversations. That's the reason why I just go on mute, because some of y'all are just lost. Not everybody.
Well, yeah, some people have buyer's remorse. Some people took the Pfizer. Some people took Moderna, J&J, and they have buyer's remorse, and they want to defend their infection. They want to defend the genetic damage they've done to their body and to their immune system. They have buyer's remorse.
So I just want to say this. I agree with some of what you said in terms of people not reading and knowing their rights, because when COVID came, I never subscribed to vaccination, but when COVID came and I was working somewhere where, this is my career, they were definitely trying to fire people. And as soon as they sent that email, I went up and took up a religious exemption, and I have it everywhere I go. No matter where I go, I have a religious exemption. As soon as, and I'm not saying that this is a you don't need to be educated with what's going on with COVID to have your own biases when it comes to not getting vaccinations. So I don't think it's just about people being miseducated. I know a lot of people who were educated and they still got a vaccination. So I don't think you could just say these people aren't reading. That's just not true. Some people have made their decisions based upon other things that we can't really quantify. And then the other thing is, I don't really want to talk about COVID vaccinations because I'm not a doctor. I'm not a biologist. I don't study viruses or anything like that. I'm not an epidemiologist either. But I do want to know, do people actually feel secure when it comes to getting those vaccinations and how they're getting them? Because your job would be quick to offer them to you, or your pediatrician. I'm not your pediatrician. Your primary.
Well, the pediatricians are putting 75 injections in little babies by the time they're 3 years old. We have a big pharma problem in this country, Mike.
Please stop cutting me off. The fuck?
Come on, white boy.
So, how do you guys feel about the ways that they marketed the COVID vaccine when it came to employment?
This message brought to you by Pfizer.
Yo, what the fuck is wrong with this guy, bro?
Yeah, get this fucking crack out of here. Get this fucking crack out of here.
This is sick. I don't
get this crack out of here.
And y'all just bringing anybody on the stage. Y'all not even paying attention.
To answer your question about the job, I can't remember specifically, but I know that if you didn't have over 100 employees, they had the option to get tested every week. They should have had the option. Every business didn't have the same thing, but a lot of businesses did not tell their employees. That's the problem. You had to have a certain amount of employees, and if you had a certain amount, then you could. If you had too many, they could either get tested every week or, and they didn't. The more people, it wasn't necessarily mandated, but the jobs did not tell the people.
Well, and one more thing on top of that, one of the ways that they marketed, which I hated at the time, you would have believed that it was structured. The vaccine itself was structured to prevent the spread of it, which is technically not how it was designed. It wasn't designed to prevent any spread of it. It was really just designed to protect you as an individual. Me at the time, I felt pretty healthy, so I wasn't really nervous about getting it. And also, I wasn't social at that moment just because I was on lockdown. So I went ahead and forego, getting any type of vaccination. But at that time, I was also dating a professor, and she felt some type of way that I didn't get the vaccine. And and her position was, we're trying to help everybody. We're trying to save everybody. We want to make sure that we protect our elders and all that. But if it doesn't prevent the spread of it, then why should I get it? If the vaccine was designed to prevent the spread of it, then I absolutely would sign up, even if I didn't feel like I needed it for my own protection. It was just to protect the community, but it wasn't designed that way. So the messaging just wasn't aligned with that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it was designed.
I actually like that answer. Oh, go ahead, Leroy. I'm sorry.
It was said that the purpose of it was to shorten your COVID time so that you would have less people out there to spread. So there's two windows. There's a short window to keep you from having it for 7 days or 14 days. So it's supposed to be shorten the time. And then when you first get the vaccine, you have a certain amount of time, even after you get it, where your window of spreading it is still there. So it was never it's just it's just that window that they promised that would shorten the time that you would have COVID instead of 14.
Leroy, that's been proven not to be true. You might as well call this the BlackRock injection because this created trillions of dollars in debt.
Let him finish.
Let me land. So that was the idea. Now, I'm not promoting it at all. I'm saying that was the idea of how they hope that they would lessen the spread.
But you know what? But you know what was tricky about the whole COVID situation was the whole asymptomatic, that little gray area diagnosis. You know, that diagnosis that you can get where you were asymptomatic, you didn't feel any symptoms, but you still, could be diagnosed with COVID and feel totally fine. That part right there, that gray area, and you pair that up with the vaccine and those talking points. I mean, shit. Yeah, I mean, you could generate a ton of revenue.
There was a prison in Ohio that had almost all of the inmates got it, but it was like something like 98 or 99% of the men were asymptomatic. So you would have had no fucking idea that all of these people.
First of all, it's not a vaccine. It's a gene therapy injection. It's got nothing to do with vaccination. Let's be honest. This was a poison, a weapon, a biological weapon deployed against the American people. The sheeple will stand up, take their sheeple clothing off, and become wolves against Fauci and Gates. These people are liars and domestic terrorists, and they are financial criminals. All of your Congress people who voted for the HEROES Act and the CARES Act were deceived, or they knew what they were doing. Either way, it's malfeasance. There's horrible fiduciary responsibilities going on. They are violating our laws. They are violating our sacred trust as patriots, Americans, and we have to stand up and never forget the COVID-19 vaccine injuries and the lies, propaganda, and misinformation that even people on this app, like Dr. Copeland and criminals like that, came on here and wasted your effing time with their bullshit.
The reality, there's not one medical expert up here, and you guys are all talking about this shit. I mean, dude, that's the problem with social media. You have fucking retards and smooth brains, people that have zero business talking about fucking vaccines, giving really strong opinions about it. That's why I barely ever talked about this kind of shit. Because, I mean, quite frankly, I know my fucking range, and I also can tell your guys' range. I've heard some really fucking stupid people up on this stage go on and on talking about the fucking vaccine when they have zero fucking business to do it.
Meanwhile, if you want to talk about the N-word,
you're in the same camp.
If you want to talk
That's
about
why I'm not talking about it.
Jewish people,
evaluate what they're saying.
We were literally just talking about it.
You know, but everything, yes, but I pointed out everything. I was pointing out everything. I was pointing out how all of the evidence was pointing against what she was saying.
Peppy, can you speak up a little bit? I can't really hear you.
What the experts were saying totally went against what she was saying.
If you can.
How do you know you're not being lied to?
Oh, bro, yes, I'm going to listen to some fucking retard without a medical degree tell me that she's right. All right.
Yeah, you
amazing.
just opened the door to being lied to. You're a willful, gullible person. Got it. You said, I'm too dumb to evaluate it. You're too dumb to evaluate it, but I'm going to trust them.
He's a fucking
You just put yourself in a fucking serfdom. You're a slave, brother.
Nobody here has the capability to really have to be able to discern whether or not the shit they're saying.
No one here can have an opinion because Pepe's telling you can't have an opinion about the COVID-19 vaccines. You can't just be, nobody here's a doctor, and Dr. Copeland isn't even here. So listen to Pepe, the brain-damaged boxer who uses the N-word 100 times a day on here. He's got the N-word Tourette syndrome. Pepe needs a big pharma pill for his N-word Tourette syndrome.
Guys, can you speak up a little bit? I can't really hear what you guys are saying.
And this here is why.
Yo, I just got back. Soon as I got back, y'all turned this bitch into UFC. Let's continue. Hey, John, how you feel about Pepe? People like Pepe. And how can you get the black community to vote for you, brother? Because I like you, brother.
Vote for John.
Yeah, vote for candidate John Kitover in the 16th district. And if you'll let me pin a link for donations in your room, I'll pin the link. But guys like Pepe who come on here and gaslight and use microaggressions and use the N-word 100 times a day on this app, they need a big pharma pill to treat their N-word Tourette syndrome. He is a low IQ boxer who has had his head bashed in 100 times, and he comes on here to fulfill the void in his life. He comes on here and says he's suicidal. He doesn't even care if he dies. The man is a low IQ gnat. He's got the IQ of a gnat fly, and everyone here should disregard him for being a low IQ schmuck. I am complete.
All right, Pepe, you want to respond?
Yeah, you know, he can go back to doing yoga in his shit-stained underwear where he came from, and live streaming every one of my fucking rooms, which is what he does. He spends all day live streaming. Hey, show a picture of all of the phones that you have set up in your place right now. He literally has like 30 or 40 phones where he streams to all of the different platforms. And so he's streaming this room to other rooms on Clubhouse as well as on his YouTube channels. I'll even post the live YouTube channel if you want. This is what he does.
Wait,
He's weird. Dead serious.
Wait, John, you need to be donating to me. I shouldn't be donating to you, motherfucker. How you using my room to get some YouTube? Is this true, brother? Because I don't want him to fake accuse you of something that you're not doing it.
Listen, I'm in the media business. I'm a filmmaker, a politician, a musician, an artist. Pepe is a brain-damaged gnatfly monkey. He uses the N-word 100 times a day here on this app, ladies and gentlemen. Don't believe Pepe. Believe yourself. Pepe is a loser, a low IQ gnatfly who uses the N-word 100 times a day on this app. You all know it. For years, he's been gaslighting you with racist rooms using the N-word, the K-word, the C-word, the J-word. The guy is a low IQ prize-fighting boxer, a Clubhouse zero, a real-world hero, Pepe.
John,
Is it me or
It's in the Matrix, because John whipped the internet off his
I ain't gonna lie, bro. John, hey, man. John might get invited to the cookout. He can hold his own.
Nah, nigga, what?
You go on YouTube right now. Just search John Kitover on YouTube. You literally have several live rooms right now.
He can get a plate. Like, he can get a plate.
I can get a plate, like,
hey, John, let me ask you a question. John, you there? John, you there? Is it me?
Yeah, he went in the Matrix.
Yeah, I'm here. Listen, Clubhouse is a roast app, and thanks for the barbecue plate. I'd like a couple more ribs and some coleslaw. Again, Pepe's a brain-damaged Tourette N-word syndrome sufferer who's a low IQ gnatfly who comes from neo-Nazi Discord rooms. He's a racist, a Nazi, and he's a low IQ piece of human garbage.
Now, let me ask you a question. You said you're a musician. Can you sing or rap, whatever talent that you have in the music business?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Let me play for you the Chinese flute, and then I'll sing for you Frank Sinatra's Chicago.
Oh, shit. Okay, do your thing. Wait, John, your mic, is it me or this mic?
It's his mic. It's really fucked
it's
up.
your mic. Hold on. John, start over. I swear to God, it sounded hella good at first, but then your mic went out. Start over, brother. And then sing, so you want to sing,
All right, I'll sing for you Frank Sinatra, Chicago. This is my go-to karaoke song.
Make sure your mic is clear, brother. Put your Wi-Fi on. Thank you.
Got it. Wi-Fi is on. This is Frank Sinatra, 1929, Chicago, remaster dedicated to the brain-damaged gnat monkey fly and N-word Tourette syndrome sufferer Pepe, the Clubhouse troll and gaslighter and low IQ prize fighter who had his brain bashed in and has a TBI and uses the N-word all day long on Clubhouse. There you go, ladies and gentlemen, a homicidal sociopath. Okay, this is Frank Sinatra's Chicago. Here we go. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Chicago, Chicago, that toddling town, Chicago, Chicago. I will show you around. I love it. Bet your bottom dollar you lose the blues in Chicago, Chicago, the town that Billy Sunday could not shut down. On State Street, that great street, I just want to say they do things that they never do in Broadway. Say, I saw a man and he danced with his wife. They had the time of their life in Chicago, Chicago, my hometown.
That shit was butt cheeks. But yeah, I definitely, yeah, I like you. Me personally, yeah, I like you. That shit was butt cheeks, but I like you, buddy. I'll vote for you, 1,000%. Okay, that was good. Shout out to wait, John. So what's your ethnicity?
My father is Jewish and he's from Ukraine or Russia, and my mother is gorgeous and she's German and English.
Gorgeous. I like that.
I want to say John is very annoying, but we just saw him stand up against anti-Negrotism, and I have to commend him for that, and we got to look out for him.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I like you, bro. Me personally, brother, we can get, you can, yeah, brother, I'm gonna partner up with you. I might join your campaign, brother. You won me over.
Yeah, the Roger Mayhem, who is on this app, he said one day we were going to do a room together, and he must be a prophet because we're doing it right now.
Yeehaw! All right, but next time when you come to my room, don't let me know if you want to stream my room before you do it. Don't just stream my room without asking me, brother. All right? Let's break bread with each other. How we show love in America is we break bread with each other. We don't use each other. All right?
Bullshit. We don't go to your dirty ass barbecues. The fuck you talking about?
Fuck out of here. All right.
Pepe to the go! Pepe to the go!
Well, I can't. It's a lot on me right now. Anyways, but yeah, that pandemic, bro, was the craziest shit. I think that was probably the craziest time in American history, bro. And the fact that we just gloss over the fact that they shut the whole, not just the United States down. Cause I was in Vegas at the time. When I seen that, when the lights was off, I knew it was some wild shit going on. And the fact that they put mandates on niggas, and y'all remember how Kyrie Irving crazy and how he's a nutcase and he's an idiot for him not wanting to take that vaccine. And then all of the stuff that people found out now about the vaccine is not what they told us when they initially told us to take it. It was a lot of crazy shit going on out there in the streets. Say what you want, a plate without saying you want a plate. Kick the plate, John. Oh, they liking John in the chat. John, you're American. You're an IGB legend now, man. They liking you here. All right. Yo, so I'm supposed to be doing this room with South Africans on TikTok. This is gonna be my first room. I'm a host. I'm gonna be a host in their space, and then I'm gonna do my debut with them. But they had a room the other day. They had like 700 people in there. I went in there not the other day, like 2 weeks ago. I went in there and they like, you are brilliant.
They don't play, John.
So they end up taking a liking to me.
Don't play Pepe.
And there's a lot of similarities between Black Americans and Black South Africans, man. It's kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie. The type of shit that they talk about, they political. Because all right, so they got a hold on real quick. All right, so let me break this down. All right, so there's two major parties in. Let me wait. I'm trying to wait for my food to come. Give me a sec. All right. My bad. So there's two major parties in South Africa, right? So the one party is the African National.
We crushed it. This was like my best
ANC,
podcast event ever.
And then the other one is the Democratic Alliance.
Should be platinum gold.
So
Nobody will ever watch it, but we did it. We finally made the Lou Fat Show. Look that. Mazel tov.
Africans vote there because that's the party that ended apartheid, right?
Ribbon Shalom to Lou Facts for bringing out the facts.
So similar to when we used to vote Republican back in the day because it was the party of Lincoln. Lincoln ended slavery, so Black Americans voted for the Republican Party all the way up to the 60s. And then Democratic Party is a party of civil rights, so Black Americans have been voting Democrat ever since, right? So it's similar. So the African National Congress Party is the party of left mass immigration. They're the LGBTQ, transgender, Pan-Africanism. It's the party that majority of Black South Africans vote for. So Julius Malimba, what's his name? Julius Malimba. I think that's his name. Is that his name? I don't know. But anyway, so a lot of Black South Africans are kind of sick and tired. I'm just giving y'all the context before we go over there. A lot of Black South Africans start to realize that immigration and Pan-Africanism has been weaponized against them, and it created a buffer class, right? So most people that started to migrate to South Africa happened after apartheid ended, right? Like most of the Africans, most of the immigrants, they didn't come there. They wasn't there during apartheid, so most of them came after. So I guess they got something similar to affirmative action called is it BEE, I think. But they found out that a lot of people that was benefiting from. Do y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. All right, so a lot of people that kind of benefited from these affirmative action, which is BEE, their version of BEE, were Black immigrants. A lot of people that was getting access to like the business in their communities has been like Asians, like similar to like Black America and like Martin Luther King Street in every major city. You see majority of Black Americans in those neighborhoods, but the ownership is majority like Asians, Lebanese, Chinese, Arabs. A lot of the business owners in those communities is non-Black. So they started to realize as of recently, and they created this party called Operation Abdullah, which is considered xenophobic. But these are people that just South African first. So they ended up getting into it with a lot of Somalis.
That was my worst Frank Sinatra song ever.
Zimbabweans, a lot of Nigerians. It's like crazy. So the shit that they were saying, like how the people come over there and tell them that they're baby mamas. So because they kind of they marriage rate is single parent. So before 1994, apartheid ended, they had a marriage rate of like 85. But after apartheid, it kind of opened the floodgates to immigration, and it led to it's not the equivalent to the crack era, but it was kind of similar. So where it led to like a lot of families getting broken up.
Yeah, are you saying basically because of the influx of immigrants, they started mixing and it was like kind of tearing up their communities?
Yes, they started bringing drugs in, and then they created Operation Abdullah, and it led to like a lot of these people killing African immigrants, right? So a lot of people brought drugs in, they ended up killing them. A lot of people doing thievery, fake passports, they kill them. Like it's just a lot of crazy shit. So without context, a lot of people just label this group xenophobic. So I went over there. I was chopping up with them. I was telling them about what's going on in the United States and how there's Black people in the United States have been the people who've been voting Democrat for hella long, but they kind of feel like the Democratic Party, even though like I was telling like the Republicans do really nothing for us, just like how the party that I spoke about earlier, not the ANC, the Democratic Alliance Party. So Democratic Alliance Party is like the party of like white nationalists.
I need to update my app that I use. And I just told him, this is my workout plan, create that plan, blah, 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 do your own thing, and come back when you're finished. And it's crazy. This is like,
but it's basically running ChatGPT. The idea with the no, but I'm saying, well, you can do that with ChatGPT. I'm saying the idea with the Comet browser that it's basically it can be an agent on the web, so you can get it to automate. You can get it to automate.
It doesn't work like that.
It does it so good.
No, it does work like
so
that.
good.
That's how it works. Yes, it does. I've done it.
Dude, it controls your browser. You can do it.
Exactly. You can get it to, for example, where's this?
I don't know why it's not a reliable situation, Lou.
I'm saying it's the idea of it.
I've been
David, listen, instead of watching porn, you can make your AI watch porn for you.
Oh, child, that is 100%.
That's right. It can. But David's right. It's not really that reliable. Like one of the features, like you can have it go log in. You can log into my Twitter.
When immigrants come to South Africa, they talk crazy about them. They lazy. They baby mothers. They whores. They kind of like it's wild shit they be saying. So yeah, that's the room we're about to have in a few.
Lou, this is candidate John. I got a question for you. Part of my campaign, is to be a man of the people, to do some type of charitable action for the community in the district that I'm running. And I'm wondering if you can help me achieve that. If you know Willie Wilson in Chicago, who does the gas station cash giveaways, if Willie Wilson could somehow help fund some type of charitable event, if you know Willie or anybody who, has notoriety, can help fund some of the food banks, for people that aren't getting their SNAP benefits.
Well, we'll talk about that in later. But yeah, so I'll be trying to do this room for a minute, but I was gonna do my debut on TikTok. But the thing is, they I think they 9 hours ahead. So it's currently 12. I think they're 10 hours ahead. It's currently 12:48. AM out there right now. So, but yeah, I just booked my flight to. I'm going to see. I don't know if I told y'all, but I'm about to go. Damn, hold on, give me a sec, because I gotta. Give me a sec. Yeah, so I'm going to. Damn, my shit tweaking. Hold on, give me a sec. I'm at this fucking sports book, and I ain't got they Wi-Fi is tripping. Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
You sound clear. We can hear you.
Okay. So yeah, I just booked my flight to I'm going to Pretoria, Jordan, to go see the Seventh Wonder. Y'all seen that that mountain where they got it's like hold on, I'm a PTR. I forgot the name of this shit.
It's called Petra.
What's that shit in Pretoria, Jordan, where people it's
It's Petra.
What's that shit called?
You're talking about the Petra in Jordan?
Yeah.
With I know you're talking about one of the 7 wonders of the world.
Yeah, like the mountains. Yeah, I just booked my flight. I'm
Those are called the Nabateans.
No, motherfucker. Damn. I forgot the name of that shit.
No, I know what you're talking about. I always wanted to go see them pyramids too, though.
Yeah, I already did three. I already did 3 of the 7 wonders of the world. I went to the Taj Mahal. I seen that.
Nice.
Then I did the Giza. I did the Pyramid of Giza, and then I did the what's the pyramids in Mexico in Chichen Itza? I did that. Yeah, I did the pyramids in Chichen Itza. That's one of the 7 wonders of the world. So I got 4 more left.
You got to go to the 10th wonder of the world, the world famous Admiral Theater in Chicago, Illinois on Lawrence Avenue.
Is it the Amazon one, and isn't there one in Tibet?
No, it's the one in Brazil. It's a crazy one. I'm gonna post this one I seen on TikTok.
A mustache because they want to raise money.
We don't give respect, David. Kick 'em.
Oh, kick this nigga.
So Pepe, did you enjoy your roast in Lou Fax room? Oh, that was amazing. I got you, boxed you down, smacked you in the face, Dr. Pepe. No, you're not live. Not in your lifetime.
Bullshit. No, we are live. Let's kick it.
Kick him out of the room. Bye bye. Bing, bong bong.
Perfect bundles. The world of business, for example, is this way. Line items.
So they're saying there's like a separation between the old 7th and the new 7th.
Yeah, 7 wonders of modern world and 7 wonders of ancient world, or something like that.
Yeah, the new ones is the Great Wall, Petra in Jordan, Christ the Redeemer in Brazil, Machu Picchu in Peru, Chichen Itza in Mexico.
Chichen Itza, yes.
Chichen Itza in
that's the one I went to.
Mexico, Colosseum in Italy, Taj Mahal in India.
I went with my sister to the Taj Mahal one. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was dirty as shit out there. But it was a beautiful view though. But that shit was. I went there. That was one of the first spots I went to ever.
You ain't touch on the street food?
Hell no. That was my first time out the country, so I was like, what the fuck?
So the old one is Great Pyramid of Giza.
Yeah, that's the one I went to.
Hanging Gardens of Babylon, Iraq. Statue of Zeus at Olympia in Greece. Temple of Artemis at Ephesus in Turkey. Mausoleum at Helicarnassus, Turkey. Colossus of Rhodes in Greece, and Lighthouse of Alexandria in Egypt.
You could actually take a day trip from Cairo, Egypt, going towards Alexandria to see the lighthouse. So you can.
The new Trump ballroom is going to be the Palace of Versailles of America.
Y'all worried about Planeteer? Because it looks like it's about to be the next fucking huge company.
I want to visit Antarctica, bro. I've been watching some crazy shit on. I've been going down a rabbit hole lately. I don't know why. Like travel, because that was my plan before the pandemic happened. I was going to go visit like 20 countries, and I was on country 4 in Giza in Egypt, and then the pandemic happened while I was literally in Egypt, bruh.
Well, I know some great beachfront property in Gaza that you could buy up for pennies on the dollar.
I'm dead. They put you everywhere but America. Speaking of pyramids, I heard they got pyramids in the Grand Canyon, and I heard Nile River is really the Mississippi River, and Memphis is Cairo.
Well, the biggest pyramid scam going is.
Tut and what's the rapper chick name from back in the day? Boo Gangsta is Nefertiti.
Yo, y'all trolling.
If you don't knock it off, that's what I was told.
Well, a lot of people in here are Christians, but Jesus Christ is just the updated Osiris.
So, no, you're right about that one. I'm waiting on them to respond right now, man. Because, it's late over there in South Africa, bro. We got to do our TikTok debut over there. Concrete, you got TikTok?
No.
I got TikTok. Let me join your live stream.
I don't post shit.
Hey, Lou, is the format on TikTok very similar?
Yes, it's like this. It's better. It's killed, bro. I'll be over there, bro. So I got a burner account first. Cause I do the thing I do on Clubhouse. I gotta go check it out. Put the burner. I get the burner. Bro, I gained 700, 800 followers, nigga, in like a month just talking over there, quick. Yeah, it's like a panel. It's like this, but it's way more people. You get 800 people.
Are you consistent?
No, I haven't did a room yet. I go to other people's rooms, but I kind of made a name for myself over there.
That's on TikTok.
No, I'm saying I haven't.
Okay, I'm gonna end this Lufax production. Go to JohnForCongress.com.
Oh, I bet.
So people be trying to do rooms with me and shit. Let's see, American Indian Records at the tunnel. Melissa, what's up? You are you Blackfoot Indian?
Hell no.
Damn.
I mean, not like that. No.
Melissa, you look good. You want a job application?
Nigga, she got a man. She married. You don't see her profile?
I just asked her. I just want to give her a job application. What you need?
I don't need a job. I'm good.
I'm just making sure.
Why would you ask for a job
His name
application?
is Indeed.
Anyways, what y'all on, man? What y'all got cracking today?
Man, the Giants just got me mad, man. I'm done watching football for the day.
Football is rigged. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know shit.
Nah, it is.
Nah, it is rigged. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't know how they lost the game. They was up by.
It was up 20-10. I'm thinking they about to win comfortably. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, with like 6 minutes on the clock, nigga. What the hell?
It's all right. At least I still got the Knicks.
They might lose too.
I got a big bet right now. My bet is on, and y'all can watch me sweat. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm betting Memphis Grizzlies plus 10 versus OKC, man. Plus 10.
Wait, where they playing? Are they playing in Memphis?
This is the Lou Facts Show with Canada John.
That's doable.
Go to JohnForCongress.com.
Yeah, I like that.
They might win that game outright.
I got Grizzlies plus 10, man. They might win the game. That's big money though, right there. Jay. You bet that. Hold on, because I'll put the bet in. Give me a sec.
All this football and baseball and soccer, it's games for children. This is Peanuts and Circus, but Roman updated version. You know, the Black Lives Matter movement should have been at the doorsteps of every Federal Reserve facility throughout the entire country. During COVID-19, hundreds of thousands and millions of illegal aliens swarmed the border. Where was the COVID-19 vaccine worry then? Or the COVID-19 virus then? And the hundreds of thousands and millions of protesters during the BLM riots in June of 2020. Where was the concern for the spread of COVID-19 then? It's been all political charades, political theater, manipulated and controlled. And, I don't know, God bless America and God bless Donald Trump.
Wait, what?
Hey, John. Well, when the last time you been to Israel? You're not technically. You are who your mother is, right? And
Correct. I'm not Jewish. My mother's gorgeous. I'm Christian. I was baptized.
Are you found the Lord?
Amen. Christ is king, brother. I got baptized by a black man at the YMCA.
How you feel about Elon Musk?
I think when he eats a big, delicious, juicy steak on X Spaces, it sounds disgusting.
You're a politician, bro. Be serious.
No, Elon Musk gave us freedom of speech. Without Elon Musk, the COVID-19 vaccine genocide cover-up would have been complete. They would have censored American free speech completely.
He's not
Wait,
wrong.
what? Come again?
Well, when he bought Twitter, because Twitter was banishing Donald Trump and anybody that had Hunter Biden has a laptop. Oh, account deleted.
Yeah, censorship is a problem.
Two sides of the same coin.
Listen, the only platform for freedom of speech is X. That's it. Everything else is total censorship. It's called medical misinformation. Your account gets terminated. You can't question the COVID-19 vaccines. If you are paralyzed in a wheelchair and you say that I was vaccinated and now I'm paralyzed, that's medical misinformation. You can't say that on YouTube.
What was the previous point before you moved the goalpost, John?
Hi, what up, bro?
No, Melissa, what was the point you were talking about before John interrupted you?
Who, me?
No, I was talking to Melissa.
Oh, Melissa.
Because she was being very valid.
I really don't know. I can't even remember.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you get John Kitover in the room. I mean, hey, to the people that are moderators, Mr. Edward that's in the House members, that is one of my most favorite people that I've known for 4 years on this app. He's a great father. He's a great Christian. He owns a very successful business in 18 states. And I love hearing from him, and I'll go on mute.
Hey, what you know about John? It seems like you got some. Y'all got like some backstory, some context. What the hell's going on?
The only reason I'm on this app since December of 21 is because he invited me on this app. My mom died in September of 21. I knew him from like Instagram, and I used to we'd like have videos, but he would read these like books and shit, and I was just trying to calm down because my mom had just died, and I would sit and meditate because I didn't want to hurt people. And one day I was on Instagram, and he's like, I can't talk, I'm on Clubhouse. I'm like, what the fuck is Clubhouse? And then he invited me, and like since December of 21, the 4 years, well, next month.
Getting drunk and saying the N-word.
Like, I know John personally, Chicago, Illinois. I'm not trying to dox him. I'm not going to tell you his phone number or anything, but I know it, so, but I've met like.
Anybody can go to johnforcongress.com and text me. It's not a private number.
Like, this app has been excruciating and blissful, good and bad and happy and sad. Like, it depends on what room and what time and what conversation. So I always take it with a grain of salt, and I'll land there.
So you didn't realize the world was a colorful place, huh?
Dude, I'm Heinz 57. Like, I am nothing but ketchup because it took like 57 ingredients to make this ketchup.
I got kicked in the goo. They finally kicked me.
You heard me now?
That was the longest I think I've ever been on.
Okay, now go ahead.
Been in a room. Here we go.
L'chaim. Wait, what was your question, Southern man?
It was more of an observation about like how I ended up here. But I was gonna ask Miss Melissa about what she was talking about, but she said she didn't remember. And then DJ was asking me about like, what, like, why did I end up here? And like, and then you talked me about John Kitover, who just went down. And I've known these people. I've been on here for 4 years, and this is my fourth account in 5 years. Well, 4 years. So like one account per year I get clipped. But it is what it is, man.
Wait, what were you gonna ask?
You were talking with DJ about something, but then John moved the goalpost, and I asked you what you were talking about before John started talking, and you were like, "Oh, I forgot." That's part of like John's shtick, is like when people start making points and shit, he'll exacerbate the statements to the point where you forget what the fuck you were just talking about.
No, I had a shot of tequila and I just can't remember.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, agave, let's go. I'm 50 years old. Shit.
Was it COVID?
Dude, yeah.
Top is the best tequila.
Like COVID popped in March of 2020. My mom died in September of 26, and then in December of 21. And then like December of 21 was when John brought me into Clubhouse. And then like this app is so full of so many personalities. Like you end up either having to adapt and overcome, or you're going to become like a victim.
Yes, welcome to Earth, Earthling.
A third rock from the sun.
I think Clubhouse is a social experiment. I'm not going to lie.
It really is. It really, really is.
And they're definitely listening to us.
Oh, dude, I'm class of 1992. The internet came out, 36 years ago in like January of 91?
Okay, I'm going to end it here. Scan it to John. Go to johnforcongress.com.
Or 24 years. 34 years ago. 34 years ago. In January of 21 is when, but I'm class of 92, and we grew up without the freaking internet. I mean, we were playing Oregon Trail on some Apple IIe's.
Oregon Trail, that was my shit. Not gonna lie, I love the Oregon Trail. Slow ass game, but it was great.
You forged the river. All your family drowned, and the people that survived died of dysentery. Like, holy shit.
Oregon Trail. It was such a good game. I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god, I can't believe you remember that. That's like one of the first learning games that they put in schools.
Girl, have you ever played Zork? ZORK. Yeah, it was a text word game on Apple IIe with like the green screen, but it was word prompt, and it would be like you were standing in the middle of the woods. There's a path going to your left and to your right, and there's a tree in front of you. You would type in the C prompt, climb tree. You climb to the top of the tree. You see in the distance to the left there's a castle, and to the right there's a swamp. And you're climb down tree, and you would go to either the castle or the swamp, but you had to go get things from each adventure. It's all command. It was all text. There was no graphics to any of it. It was like reading a novel that you made your own answer to.
Oh my god. No, I don't remember that game. I do remember Oregon Trail, but not Zork.
Yeah, well, that would have been 1984 when I was 9.
I wasn't born.
Oh, my bad.
Wait, hey, what part of the South you from, Southern man? And who you voted for?
I didn't vote. I'm a Democrat. I had 93.
Why you didn't vote?
No, I didn't vote. I would have voted for Fetterman.
No, I didn't vote
to be
either.
my
No, it's the Democrat part. That's why I'm booing. I didn't vote either.
Well, I mean, but a Democrat from 93 is not a Democrat from 25.
I mean, what year?
That's 32 years. That's 32 years worth of Democrat changes going to the left. A Democrat from 93 would be considered a Republican today. Go back and look at C-SPAN. I'm not capping.
Nah. Why? Because Bill Clinton was elected. Bill Clinton won in 1992. That was the face of bullshit. The first black president got top in the White House. Bill Clinton represented I'm so sorry because you're saying 1990 Democrat. He represented the core of the bullshit.
Okay, everybody, that concludes the John Kitover Candidate Congressman podcast. It's Sunday, November 9th, 2025, 5:10 p.m. CST. Health, wealth, love, peace of mind, happiness, and strength. Hope you enjoyed it. Go to johnforcongress.com. That's the Lou Fact Show, everybody. Oops. Let you run.